Good evening, I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Dan Wolf. Thanks for joining us. Local groups are reacting to the Israel-Palestine conflict, including Democratic Socialists of America.
Northern News Now's Natalie. Northern News Now's Natalie. Controversy. It's stirring up in Minnesota. Natalie.
Yeah, Dan and Laura, the DSA is the largest socialist organization here in the United States with more than 92,000 members. There are 3 chapters in Minnesota, including Brainerd, the Twin Cities, and here in the Twin Ports. On Monday, the Twin Cities DSA released a statement expressing its solidarity with Palestine. The Twin Cities chapter says it's heartbroken after watching 2 million Gazans live in the world's largest open-air prison, where access to medical care and electricity are frequently denied to them by Israel. The statement goes on to say, "We are resolved to proclaim from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free today and until liberation." The statement received pushback on social media, including from Minnesota DFL Chair Ken Martin. Martin saying "from the river to the sea" is a chant used by extremists to support the destruction of Israel. It is appalling to embrace this rhetoric in the statement, which doesn't recognize the slaughter of civilians. This is disgusting. City Councilor Eric Forsman reposted comments about DSA, mentioning that there are multiple Duluth City Council candidates who are proudly endorsed by the DSA.
And you reached out to the local DSA chapter?
Yes. Yeah, they told us they're working on a statement because international events require careful consideration.
Natalie, you mentioned Forsman, of course. You mentioned the 3 Duluth candidates running for office by the DSA. Are we hearing from them tonight about this topic?
Yeah, Laura. Jenna Yackel and Miranda Pacheco are both running for the 2 Duluth City Council at-large seats. Wendy Durwacher is running to serve District 1 on the Duluth City Council. Now, we reached out to the candidates to see their reaction about the DSA's statement of solidarity with Palestine. All denied requests for interviews, but some did send statements. Yackel said she stands with the national DSA in condemning the killing of civilians in all circumstances, and she will continue to work with the Twin Ports DSA to support affordable housing and workers' rights for Duluthians. Pacheco said she's focused on what she's been hearing from voters, including housing, potholes, infrastructure, and mental health care. We also reached out to Wendy Durwacher, who denied a request for an interview and didn't release a statement.
It's good to hear where candidates stand on issues, whether they're local, national, or international. Thank you, Natalie. And Minnesota's governor has ordered all flags to fly at half-staff to honor the victims of the war in Israel. Governor Walz says Minnesota joins the nation in condemning the horrific acts of violence. Flags should fly at half-staff until Saturday. And MnDOT will also light the I-35W bridge blue and white tonight, which are the colors of the Israeli flag.